Well, hello friends, welcome back to BioNews Network. If you recall from our last video, we were actually focusing on the influencers for affiliate marketing. We wanted to touch a little bit more on the importance of being able to get authenticity with regards to creating your videos and also creating your content going forward. Of course, we wanted to emphasize in this edition of our affiliate marketing series that we wanted to make sure that you understood how important it is for you to recapture buyers and to re-engage buyers, simply because of the lifetime cycle of a buyer. A lot of times we get into what we refer to as affiliate tunnel vision, where we're constantly referring to simply having a very tight vision or very tight scope on simply the value of that single initial sale. But the most successful affiliates actually focus on a long-term vision, a long-term scope, as far as the lifetime cycle of a potential buyer. So the focus of this video is actually to show you actually the importance of one of the hottest topics for 2021, which is the astronomical growth of Instagram and TikTok, and how you as an affiliate marketer can actually use these social media channels to actually improve your sales, receive higher returns, increase your ROI for your campaigns across all different devices. And of course, that's one of the things we wanted to stress in this video, is actually being able to reach across all of the different devices, all of the different platforms, so that you increase your the chance and the likelihood and the opportunities that you have to increase brand impressions. So we wanted to really touch on the fact that in this age of social media, that the ultimate currency, of course you hear in the news different types of currencies, whether it be fiat currencies or cryptocurrency, but in the case of social media, the true and ultimate currency is going to be your creativity, and that creativity is only limited by your own imagination. So that's going to actually gauge the actual scope and the effectiveness of your content as you launch it across these different social media channels. So we do want to make sure that you understand that creativity is your true currency, limited only by your imagination, and we all need to step out of our own comfort zone as we increase our brand recognition across these different platforms. It ultimately comes down to one word: create. And creativity. That's actually two words, but they stem from each other. So as we go forward into this this video, we wanted to make sure that we understand the importance of what we call me moments. And a lot of times as affiliate marketers, we go into obviously what we talked about previously, which was tunnel vision. And for me moments, we want to stress that there are a lot of different ways to actually create what's called very powerful me moments, and capitalize on them through social media and through influencers on different social media platforms. And one of the things that we wanted to focus on is what's called celebratory experiences, such as Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, and Independence Day, different holidays, and how you can actually create content that is catered to those actual moments, to create me moments that are very valuable, and create a lot of different opportunities for your brand to actually extend visibility across a lot of different platforms. So ultimately, when it comes to affiliates maximizing their effectiveness with social media such as TikTok, which is experiencing astronomical growth at this time, and also if we take a look at Instagram, also extreme growth at this time here in 2021, there's a lot of incredible opportunities that you can actually capitalize on. But you're actually, instead of thinking more in terms of clicks, you're actually thinking in terms long-term, and trying to create what's called emotional connections with brand impressions. So that is one of the things that we're going to really focus on in this video: creating emotional connections to brand impressions, which means that you're going to basically going to be lengthening that scope, that vision from being a short-term tunnel vision to more a long-term tunnel vision, where you're actually hoping to maximize your brand impressions over the long term through emotional connections with your brand. And that in the long term, if you can actually stick it out, will allow you to increase sales. It increases brand visibility. It increases authenticity also, because your audience actually begins to see your brand across different platforms, and they actually develop trust, which eventually leads to more paths as far as touch points, as we mentioned, several touch points along the way to actually making that first purchase and becoming a loyal customer of your brand. When we take a closer look at some of the average ordering values which are associated with Mother's Day, especially Mother's Day 2021, the latest stats as far as web traffic from various vendors, we can actually see that retail AOV was up 24% year over year. Travel was average ordering value was up 111% year over year. Of course, that's from the normalization of bookings as we try to return to a more normalized society after the pandemic. We see recreation and leisure also up 57% increase year over year. Clothing, apparel, AOV 60% increase year over year, and electronics 40% increase year over year, and that's actually a window of time about 10 days up to this experience, which we refer to as Mother's Day. So these we wanted to highlight that throughout the year there are going to be different types of opportunities associated with so-called events and holidays such as Mother's Day, Labor's Day, Independence Day, Christmas, Thanksgiving, where you can actually create fresh new content. And of course, as we mentioned before, your creativity is only limited by your imagination. So there are a lot of different ways that you can utilize social media to increase redemptions and increase a lot of different metrics that you actually use to gauge the success of your brand impression as far as, and also brand visibility across the different platforms. We can actually take a look also. We see that as far as investments for Instagram for 2021, many marketers are actually 60% of marketers are intending to create more creative videos and more creative spins on current events, which will allow them to get their brand out into their audience, and also create as we mentioned, celebratory discovery moments, which allow you to create these very, very powerful emotional connections that are associated with your brand. So that is one of the real key sticking points with actually using social media to increase your brand visibility and increase brand impressions. Also, keep in mind a lot of these algorithms feed on likes as well as comments, respond to comments, and they end up proliferating across all the different platforms. So you actually see more visibility of your content across different platforms, and it just continues to exponentially increase over time. So with consistency and with a little bit of creativity and with a little bit of imagination, you can accomplish your goals as far as getting your brand. If you're an affiliate marketer, you can actually create your own watermark, your own logo, a lot of different aspects as far as brand visibility around the product or service that you're actually marketing for a commission. So there are going to be a lot of different opportunities for you. Of course, many of these platforms are still in infancy, especially TikTok, which doesn't allow really affiliate links at this time. But you can have a link to your social media platform, and that should be sufficient enough for you to actually start getting a lot more impressions simply from your profile views, which will increase traffic, and ultimately it means traffic, it means more brand impressions. But definitely try and brainstorm as far as ways that you can actually maximize that that screen, whether it's going to be a very 50% reduced opacity as far as a logo watermark that's in the background. An impression is an impression. People will see it. They're actually holding their phones very close, and more people are actually spending as much time on their phones as they do touching their face, and there have been studies that actually prove this. And of course, this is why everyone was saying wear your mask and try and wash your hands as much as possible during the last year and a half as we face this pandemic. So if we take another look at one of the elements that we wanted to make sure that you understood, is that the use of these social media platforms such as Instagram or TikTok are not necessarily an instant sale generator. They're going to be more of a long-term, as we said. You have to extend from a short-term view where you're actually looking at traditional metrics such as clicks, return on ROI, and also different types of metrics that you may use, whether it's Google Analytics or any other types of third-party software that's actually tracking the progress of your campaign. But when you're actually using social media or using any of these apps, you're actually using MMPs, which are mobile measurement partners from different sources, to actually gauge how long people are actually looking at your videos, different types of analytics. And this also extends for you to find out exactly what type of video content is actually working, how long your audience retention is very important. So there are going to be a lot of different factors that will actually shift from a short-term view where you're actually expecting sales in the next 24 hours, whereas you're actually looking for more of increasing authenticity from generating very creative video content that increases the trust in your audience, which increases the likelihood of converting many of your consumers into lifetime prospects and lifetime customers for months and months, which means that your ROI in the long term is going to be significantly enhanced, simply because you invested not only on the short term side, which is going to be clicks or partners that you have good partnerships with, but also the long term effects of brand recognition, brand visibility, those emotional connections that you can actually create with good and creative video content. So as we take one more closer look, also two features that we want to mention that we've actually seen, as far as tips would be to start shooting more of your video content in 4K, and also to start doing more live streaming, which seems to enhance and increase the favorability of your content being proliferating across different platforms, especially on YouTube and especially on Instagram and possibly even TikTok, but to promote more engagement, have fresh eyes on your content, and try and enhance and find ways that will encourage your viewers to actually hit that like button, post a comment, and share, which is ultimately the goal that we want to see, we all want to see as affiliate marketers. So hopefully by taking a closer look at the average ordering values before an event such as Mother's Day, you can actually see that there's going to be a window between each of these holidays that affiliates can really maximize, and social media provides a very inexpensive, free in fact, way of actually developing content that gets your brand out there and gets people clicking back and forth through your profile page to your respective social media accounts. And by all means, update your website so that there's a consistency across the board, and your audience knows how to find you. And of course, this leads to further authenticity, increased level of trust, because they see that you are posting daily and you are committed to increasing a brand, which ultimately should, through the law of reciprocity, increase the chance of you increasing brand impressions. And if there's a conversion. Even if it's 1% or 2%, hopefully that translates into affiliate sales for you. So hopefully this video is of help to you. By all means, definitely share it with friends and family who are marketing their own product. We'll continue to produce these videos because, of course, this isn't a learning experience for us, and we're sharing this experience with you as far as affiliate marketing. And we will continue to post these videos. Smash that like button, notification bell, as well as subscribe to Bao News Network. And we hope that you have a wonderful day, and we hope that this information regarding creating those emotional connections on social media through posting fresh creative content in 4K and live streaming will assist you with helping you arrive at your goals for 2021 and beyond. And thank you for watching Bao News Network. Have a great day.